The majority of disasters that the American Red Cross responds to are home fires. We will discuss fire prevention awareness. And Hispanic businesses are surging, but we will discuss how training is a key to helping them succeed. We will also meet a local young talented Latino who is rocking in a big way. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. Every year, the American Red Cross responds to nearly 66,000 disasters. The vast majority of these are home fires. Families lose everything from the roof over their heads, their clothing, and their most cherished possessions. To discuss how the American Red Cross is helping families during these disasters is Carol Cohen. She is the Executive Director of the Southern Shore Chapter. Carol, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for having me tonight, Bert.
It is staggering how many disasters the American Red Cross responds to, and 66,000 is the national number. How bad is the situation here locally?
The situation is pretty staggering here as well. We're following the national trends, and the Home Fires campaign is easily the most aggressive initiative American Red Cross has taken to really respond to this national disaster. 7 times a day, someone dies as a result of a home fire, and a fire-related injury is reported throughout the country every 40 minutes. There's an annual average of about 2,500 deaths, causing almost $7 billion in damages. So we're taking this very seriously, and the national goal is to reduce death and critical injury by up to 25% over the next 5 years.
And I guess the sad part of this is that a lot of these could be prevented. They're preventable accidents that do take place. And so you're trying to educate the community in terms of how to help them prevent a disaster like this from happening to them.
Exactly, and the Home Fires campaign is really extremely grassroots and community-oriented. It's the most hands-on thing that we have done outside of disaster response in a long time. We are literally, with community partners, volunteer groups, going door to door in areas that have been identified as having particularly high incidence of these types of tragedy. We are educating people on how they can reduce their risk of fire, the importance of having an evacuation plan, the importance of talking to their families about what they can do to reduce that risk of fire. And if they don't have smoke alarms installed in their house, we can install them for free. If they do have smoke alarms, we can test the batteries, and if we feel that the batteries warrant replacement, we're doing that for free. So the results are, and we know that across the nation, since we have been doing this project, which started in October of 2014, we have literally saved the lives of about 38 people.
So that is significant, making a difference.
It could be higher. That's people who literally called us and said, "Thank you for installing the smoke alarm. You saved my life last night."
And there's those that didn't call.
There's those that didn't call.
But I know you're also teaming up with communities, so you're teaming up with volunteers and local elected officials. You recently did something in Bridgeton where you went door to door.
The Bridgeton project was very successful, and we also did a project in Salem County where we partnered with our community partner Meals on Wheels and literally went into the homes of their clients who really represent the most fragile and vulnerable populations. These are largely folks who are non-ambulatory and who wouldn't know about programs like this. So we were able to install smoke alarms and provide fire education to those families as well. And we've done, since we started the program, we have in the 4 counties served by the Southern Shore chapter, which are Atlantic, Cape May, Cumberland, and Salem counties, we've installed over 1,000 smoke alarms. And we have done almost 5,000 family escape plans and fire safety plans. So it's a really impressive result for our chapter.
And many of us don't have to wait for the American Red Cross to come knocking at the door to check our smoke alarms, right? What's the rule? How often should they be checked?
When you change your clocks, that is the rule, to check them and change the batteries. Whether or not the batteries say they need to be changed, as a general rule, when you set your clocks ahead or set back, check your smoke alarms, change the batteries.
I know many of us count on the Red Cross to be there when there's a disaster, but the Red Cross also depends on many of us. Tell me what kind of support you need, and also you're looking for volunteers. So tell us a little bit about that.
We are always looking for volunteers because the incredible work that's done by the Red Cross is not done by the paid staff. We are almost 96% staffed through volunteerism. And these are volunteers who carry their hearts on their sleeve. They are on the street in the middle of the night comforting and aiding a family who has just had a fire. They are working in shelters in the event of mass evacuations. They're doing fire safety education and a myriad of other things. So our volunteerism is a huge opportunity for folks that want to help that community.
And of course, if you could get some bilingual volunteers, the more the better, because I know you have a challenge there as well.
It is a very big challenge for us to be able to effectively communicate with a family, especially when there's trauma and they're upset and they might not, if English isn't their first language, they might be struggling to make themselves understood, and we're struggling to make ourselves understood so that they know all of the services that they can avail themselves of.
You have a special event coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. Our Raising Spirits event is April 30th at Renault Winery. It's a combination fundraiser, but more importantly, it is a donor recognition event where we are inducting our consistent annual donors into our Clara Barton Society. And without the donated dollar, we can't do most of what we do.
Well, Carol, thank you so much for sharing this vital information with our audience, and hope that you take her up on the volunteer needs that the Red Cross has, and as well as supporting that fundraising event. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with my next guest right here on Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. A number of Hispanic businesses has surged in New Jersey and around the nation at a rate of about 36%. However, many Hispanic businesses are lagging behind compared to non-Hispanic businesses. Helping businesses become successful with the right tools is the work of LAEDA. Joining me is Gabriela Sanchez to discuss their programs and how they're helping businesses. Gabriela, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you, Bert.
The growth of Latino businesses is incredible. And certainly one of the things that we do see is that many of them are not having the success or the right tools for success. And that's what your organization is about. Tell us a little bit about what LAEDA is. It does stand for the Latin American Economic Development Association. Tell me about the work of LAEDA.
So we are a nonprofit organization. We have been around for 29 years. And what we do is we provide free training in English and in Spanish for people who want to open a business and for people who want to expand a business. We help them create a business plan. We help them with their credit. We help them with marketing. So we want them to be positioned to succeed in the marketplace.
Tell me a little bit about the area that LAEDA covers.
So our office is located in Camden, but we cover Camden County, Burlington, Cumberland, Gloucester, and Atlantic County. So our services are available in all these counties. If you go to our website, laeda.com, or if you call us 856-338-1177, you can make an appointment and we will come to you and we can offer our services.
Let's discuss a little bit about the training program. That's the hallmark of the organization, is providing education and training to those who are either in business or interested in starting a business. Tell me a bit about the educational component.
In the city of Camden, we have a 9-week training program. And in the other cities, we offer a 5-week program. It's a program that we take on the road. It's called EDTP Quick Start, Entrepreneurial Development Training Program Quick Start, and it's 5 weeks long. We are going to offer it in Bridgeton and in Byron in May. And Byron will be the 5 Tuesdays of May, and in Bridgeton will be Thursdays.
So it's going to be starting in Vineland May 3rd, and then in Bridgeton it's going to be on May the 4th.
Yes.
So, and you could always log into the website to find other dates in other cities where you might be offering the class, and you can always also sign up for the Camden site as well, right?
Correct, yes.
Now, tell me a little bit about what's unique about these programs.
So the classes that we offer, the first one is the ABCs of starting a small business. Then we offer business planning, then marketing and credit management. What we want to do is to provide the tools and the knowledge to the entrepreneurs to manage their business better, to position themselves to be successful.
This is a big help. I understand that you have one success story. Tell me a little bit about that.
We have many success stories, but one story is of participant. She has a curriculum that is based on memorization, and she's going to be participating in a Shark Tank. So I just met with her before coming here. So we're very proud of her, and when you come to LAEDA, you are part of the family. So we're always there to help.
And I know you work with the folks that they do come for training. You also have someone that's opening up a brand new business in a few weeks.
Correct. So we have a lady, her name is Katie, and she will be opening a hair salon in Marlton May 7th.
So these are the tools that help them to be able to accomplish those things. And certainly anyone could start a business, but to become successful, you really need to have a good foundation.
Correct. I always tell my clients it's very easy to open a business. The difficult part is managing the business and making sure that the business works. And to add to that, we are opening a women's business center. So we're going to offer a specific training for women and also counseling for women business owners.
Oh, that's great. And I know that center is located in Camden, but if you're in Atlantic City or elsewhere, do you have access to that? Do you have to go to Camden?
No, they just give us a call and we will set a meeting with one of our partners in the area, and we will meet with the client.
Now, is there a fee for these classes? And
everything is completely free and open to the public.
So essentially, the commitment is to sign up for the 5 weeks. There is a graduation ceremony, and you do the whole bit to encourage people to continue.
Yes, so once a year, all the participants come together for the 1-year graduation. And we also encourage them to come to our seminars that we have once a month, and all the other services that we offer as well.
I know that in speaking to some of the leaders in the community, in the city of Bridgeton, for example, LAEDA did come to help. One of the biggest problems is that some of the new businesses that were opening up didn't do enough research. So you have one restaurant opening up next to another restaurant. So how critical is that initial planning that LAEDA teaches?
We strongly believe that people should have a business plan before opening a business, because most people spend more time planning their vacation than other business. So when we help them to do the market research and say, is enough clientele to sustain your business? Maybe there is enough restaurants in the area or enough bodegas in the area. So it's always very important to see what business is needed and if the services that the person provide is going to work in the market area or not.
And we know we also need them to have a plan, financial plan in place, because some may have the startup, but they don't have the finances to weather the storm, so to speak, when they get started.
Correct. We help them to figure out how much money they have and how can they invest it. And we also have a credit management program in which we help them improve their credit so they can apply for a loan when they are ready. Because when the business expands...
Very critical.
Yes.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you for sharing that vital information with our audience. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with my next guest right here on Latina Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latina Motion. A young Latino artist who got his start locally here in Atlantic County is making a big splash, not only with his talent, but also for his memorable afro. Joining me is the artist known as AfroDiziac. Ivan, welcome to Latina Motion.
Thank you, Bert. It's really great to be here.
And I know you as Ivan before. You have your stage name, but tell me a little bit about the music you do play and you write and are involved with, and it's a stray from your Latino roots. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's high energy rock and roll. It hits you right in the soul, man. And yes, you're right. It does stray a little bit away from my cultural roots, but it is tucked in there kind of neatly, especially in the rhythm. I am Latino after all.
Brazilian, so you put a little bit of that rhythm in there.
Yes.
I know you got your start here locally. In fact, 15 years ago, you were part of the Latino Festival in Atlantic City.
Yes.
And you progressed and now still performing with the same guitar from 15 years ago, but you are really making some good music.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, I have upped my game quite a bit since then. I mean, I write, I produce, I arrange, I sing, I rap, I play a number of different instruments as well, but mainly I'm a guitarist.
And you're also collaborating with some major stars. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, well, I've worked with Billy Steinberg, who's written Like a Virgin for Madonna. He's also written for Cyndi Lauper and the Pretenders. It was an amazing experience being in the same room with him. I'm also backed by attorney Alexis Grauer, who represents Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin and Roger Daltrey of The Who.
Yeah, so you're almost at the gate there in terms of making it big, and certainly appreciate you taking the time to come here. Now, tell me a little bit about your influences. What influences your music?
Well, it spans over quite a few different decades, and I like to say that when it comes to genres, I think genres belong in the file cabinets of the record labels. I think that influence kind of exists whenever your ear is tweaked. When you kind of hear something, and anywhere, it could be in a commercial, it could be in a film, it could be in like a little handheld electronic device, it doesn't really matter. If it kind of sparks something within you and it gets you thinking, it's going to show up in your sound.
I know you've been at this for 15 years. I know your mother's here, who's been a great supporter. What advice do you give others who might be thinking about this career?
What? Don't do it. No. If I were to give any advice to anybody, I would say find what makes people just happy with you. And that's truly just being yourself. It's staying true to yourself. And people want, I don't like to loosely throw around the term originality, but people like that. People like somebody they can sit down and either have a beer with or a sandwich. Something, for all you underage people out there. But yeah, it's about community. Music is a communal entity.
Now, I know you're working on an album, and you're looking for support for that as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I am actually crowdfunding it on Indiegogo. And it's all about not just the resurrection of rock and roll, but my own resurrection as a musician and a person.
Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to following your career. I'm sure you're going to make it big, and we want to hear some of your music, so we're going to go right into some of your tunes and be able to enjoy some of your music. Thank you for joining us at home once again here on Latina Motion.
face. You've been a witness. Yeah. If I ain't the same that you thought I was, would you still be keen to guide me to your love? If I went alone down this ugly road, would you still be praying that I'll be coming home? I ain't no Saint Augustine. What does it mean to feel redeemed? Yeah, I wanna feel redeemed. It's the modern day saint and blasphemy of me. Justice will come, draped in a darkness. I won't hide, stand like I promised. Yeah. If I ain't the same that you thought I was, would you still be keen to guide me to your love? If I went alone down this ugly road, would you still be praying that I'll be coming home?
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Funding for Latina Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.